Hey everybody, Scout Crafty here again. It's Friday, TGIF. You made it through another week, and we have a lot of Amash today to get to, so let's get right to it. First of all, I got to show you somebody that's growing up pretty quick. Okay, I don't know if you remember Teddy, a little addition here. Look how big he's getting. You remember Teddy, what he looked like before? Look how long he's getting. Now, I trained Teddy, as if you can train a kitten. But I train him to stay upside down. I train him to take raspberries in the belly without scratching your head out. He's a good guy. I don't let him out much. I'm trying to make him an indoor cat, but you could see every once in a while I'll let him out. This way, if they get out, they don't disappear on you, don't take off. So every once in a while we'll let him out. He's doing good. So in case you're wondering what Teddy looked like. Hey, like I said, we got a lot of stuff to do today, so let's start off. First of all, I got to clean up that cookie jar. Let me show you what I do to get it clean. Okay, the first thing I want to do on this guy, I'm not going to do a full restoration because the first thing you want to do is when you go to a flea market or something, you see something you think you like, and this is what we got. We got this at a flea market a couple weeks ago. First thing you got to do is you go on your phone right away and look up on eBay what these things would normally run or something. That gives you an idea of a price range. And so like I said, I paid $23 for this, and you know it's got the original, but the original paint, you see it's missing paint, and that's why I got it so cheap. But this is from the 1940s. You can see the beak is missing, but it's also dirty, you know. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some Barkeeper's Friend. Now, there's one gentleman that follows us by the name of Lee Brewer, and I know that he knows that because that is a really good product to use to clean glass. They use them to clean the insulators, and that's what I'm going to do. It don't scratch and anything. I'll get rid of some of this dirt. Let me do it, come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, here we go. After the cleaning, everything's nice and clean. I took off all the dirt residue that was on there. Brought back a little bit of the shine, but again, you know, you can see all these buttons need to be touched up, you know, here and the nose and the green around the eyes, obviously. So I'll go upstairs, you know, and when I'm watching TV, I'll take out my paint set and just go to town and just cover up all the things that are missing, and let's see what it looks like when we're finished. Okay, the cookie jar is done. Repainted it and got the colors pretty close. You know, I like it. I think it looks pretty good. We got Donald on that. Look, the blue came out nice. I like it. I like it. It looks... Remember, this is from the 40s, so pretty interesting. I like it. I'd still buy it today. I'd have no regrets on buying this thing. Next up, you remember I got this K-bar for $20 at the show. First, I have no idea what that sheath... I'm sure that sheath is shot because it's wrapped up, but remember what the knife looked like. Remember this? It looked, you know, I mean, the blade, but it's loose here, but, you know, again, there's nothing missing here. It's a K-bar, super sharp. Let's see what we can do with it, and let's take a look at this. Okay, you can see, no wonder it was wrapped up, but you can see what happened here. It's got the original K-Bar logo on there. I don't know what that is. It looks like maybe a man with a bear. You know what I mean? See that over there? You'll see it better on camera than I could see it. And it looked like it had those tassels. You know those tassels you see on Wild West jackets and things like that? It looks like it had those on here. And again, this is unsavable. It's, and look here, it's broken up here. Just not worth saving, but it is interesting to see that it did have the original sheath to it. So let's see what we can do with the knife. Now, you remember this key I made for one of the restorations we did on a Western knife. It's a little bit thick for this, but I was able to loosen it up enough here so I can unscrew it by hand. It was already loose to begin with. Let's take a look at what it looks like here. This is always brass. Here's the pump, and look here. Okay, this is very good news. You can see there's no rust at all on here, so I don't have to... It is tight. It is super tight. There's no reason to pop these apart because there's no rust. If that was filled with rust, you'd want to take it apart and take, but there is none, so we're good that way. So now we just have to address the blade, and we could leave this the way it is. Good news. Okay, here we are at a post-wire brush evaluation. You can see it's coming along very nicely. However, you can see we got some pitting here, you know, not deep, but it's there. And the rest of the knife has what we call staining. Now, staining is what happens when there's a lot of carbon in this knife, and it's just normal. But you can see here, pitting over here where my thumb is. See that there? Pitting. You know, this is the part where, you know, some people just put a coat of oil or whatever on it, but you know, I hate pitting, always did. Look how nice the lettering came out just with the wire brush. You could see here, only in New York, and you can see here the Ka-Bar just with the wire brush, so we won't have to go near there. But we do have to get to this pitting, to the staining, and that's our next step. Now you see we had to go to a little bit of coarser belt to get rid of that pitting. There's still a little bit in here that I have to work out. You see it there? But you'll see there's coarse scratches here, but I can't stand pitting on a knife. That's just, you know, I have a little bit on this edge here, and that's a thin edge, so you got to be careful over there. But over here we had a meaty part of the knife and there was pitting. So we'll work this out and we'll go to thinner belts. Now you know my favorite part. Remember what this knife looked like before we started. And we're calling this project done. Now I know what you think. I usually don't take any of my knives to a... You know, there's still some scratches left in here from the belts, which is, you know... But look, you know, I guess that's pretty close to shiny, right? But what I do, you know, the pits were the main thing. And you can see here, we got most of them out. You know, you see a little bit of... belt scratches on there, but that's okay, because like I said, these, if you take it down to a super, you don't want to use the knife, you know. And here you can see the lettering here. You can see Ka-Bar, and then over here you could see Union Cutlery. Okay, and then here's what I'm proud of. I'm always proud of the back here. You see, I tightened it up. You know, I had to take a little bit off the end, because as you screw it down, as this shrinks down, it tightens up, and then there's a little bit. So, but look how nice that back came out, huh? That's beautiful, right? And the handle, just polished it, you know, with the buffer. And that handle, it looks good. And the brass, I just like this knife, you know. And it's a functional knife. It's a nice knife. And let me show you. It is sharp. You know what I mean? Like I told you, it does the job. So, yeah, I'm happy with this, a $20 Ka-Bar. And this is one I'll use. Like I said, I didn't go nuts with the finish, so I could use it. But the pits are all gone, the rust is all gone, and it's just a pretty knife, isn't it? Ka-Bar made some nice stuff back then. Okay, today we have a short one. A couple things we had to do this week. I had to go upstate and things like that. But I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a nice day. Take care now. Bye-bye. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Anybody can cut cardboard. Will it cut paper, right? I guess it will. Pretty sharp. And that, I didn't do much of that edge.